focus on the journey, not the end. A lot of the times we spend so much time thinking about the results, the end. We set goals. We set goals and we s- maybe we stall in progress. Maybe we don't see progress. Maybe we are making progress, but we still see that we have many more steps to take. That's how I've felt lately. That's how I felt with my goals. I feel like I'm trying to, you know, read books. I'm trying to do self-improvement, meditation, my martial arts trainings. And yet, one thing is true. The journey is a lifelong journey. There may not be an end. There may not be an end. And there may not be the one moment where I fully fulfill myself. So, I want to encourage you guys to see things through this perspective of focusing on the journey, not the end. Probably already understand this, but I want to put it through a different type of perspective here. One where the journey itself never has an end, where we accept that this is a lifelong goal. And it's not even a goal, it's a lifestyle. It's accepting it as a part of who you are. Whatever that goal is to you, whatever it is you want to achieve, whether it be good health, money, good relationships, um, starting a family, it doesn't matter. Accept that as who you are, as part of your story, as part of your journey. How can you make the journey one that you would want to walk every single day? Right? If you wake up and your journey starts with doing something you don't want to do, if your job is something you don't want to do, or there's people, you have friends who are maybe keeping you back on achieving your goals, realize that that's part of your journey too. The so-called negatives in our lives are also part of our journey. And so, do we always want to attract that in our journey, in the steps we take? Do we want to attract these negative feelings, or these negative feelings because maybe one day we'll have the retirement, right? Or we'll be done, right? That fantasy that one day you'll be able to kick up your feet and relax. But why not instead focus on the fact that maybe these things will never change unless we take action on it? What if instead we accept that, this is not acceptable to me because this might be the rest of my life and you only get one life. So whatever your journey is, focus on it. And see, goals are incredibly useful tools. But I think they are tools. And I think they're a way to track progress and to improve. And that's great. And that's amazing. And you know what? I think goals is the way to go about it. About seeking a journey, about seeking who you are, setting plans of action and actually doing them. That's amazing. I'm not at all against that. But what I am saying is, when we stack goals, it should be layers of fulfillment. It should be, what can I do to get closer to who I am? And if I reach a roadblock, then maybe I can try a different approach. But it's never, I'm gonna achieve this goal and then be done. I'm gonna do what I've always wanted to do, and then once I'm doing it, I'm just gonna stop caring about it, or I'm gonna give it lower effort, or I'm just gonna say, I did it, I quit, I'm not gonna do it no more. I don't have to do it because I proved what I had to prove. When instead you can go about it, you know what? I want to lose weight, but once I lose the weight, I want to build muscle. And then once I build muscle, I want to try something different. I want to try a hobby. I want to try to do fit things like running or rock climbing or hiking. It doesn't matter. But you see how it goes from one fulfillment to the other. It's like a journey. It's a path. And that's what it means to walk the hero's journey, right? And when you watch a movie about a superhero or a hero, they start at their lowest and they get to the top. But that's where the movie ends, and that's what focusing on the end means. We want to reach the top and stop there. You know, I'm gonna buy an expensive car and then everyone's gonna praise me, right? Everyone's gonna look at me, and that's it. That is focusing on the end, focusing on something that will, once you get there, it's not gonna fulfill you because you expect this to be the moment of realization, of fulfillment, of changing your life, saving your life. That's not gonna happen. The one thing you can do is you can track your journey now. Where are you now? Are you in the beginning stage of your journey, or have you made progress already? But do not be negative towards yourself, telling you where you should be or where you're not. That doesn't help, and that doesn't work or get you further ahead. Maybe you've stalled. Hey, what can I try to add to better myself? Maybe you stopped gaining muscle. Maybe it's time to try a new routine. Maybe it's try to eat better. Maybe it's time to look into meditation. There's always going to be another step, another way. But we will not reach there unless we accept that this is a lifelong journey. What are the things that fulfill you now? How can you evolve that as you go forward without any sort of finish line? Just direction, you know, a never-ending road. Think of it that way. How can you maintain the car on the road rather than focusing where to stop? It'll be a much better ride if you just focus on, you know, going fast, going and enjoying the ride, but not trying to stop somewhere where you're not supposed to. One last thought: your input determines your output. The perspective you have on your life determines the life that you put out, the life that you'll have. If you have a negative belief system of yourself, of the things around you, then most likely going forward, it doesn't matter what path you take, you'll see it in a negative way. So we also have to learn to make it fun. We also have to learn to do the things that we like to do as we go forward, because this is our perspective, and the more we enjoy it, the more we see it in a positive way, the further we'll go and the more fulfilled we'll feel without even being close to the end. You might just enjoy going to the gym even though it's your second week going or your 5th month. Maybe you haven't even started running yet, right? But just the thought of it makes you feel excited, makes you feel alive. And these are the feelings we should cultivate as we go forward. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.